Good morning. It is 6:22. I am up here in White Mountains and I am getting ready to start hiking Mount Flume or Flume Mountain. And I'm going over Liberty first and then to Flume and then back the same way. It's an out and back, roughly 9.5 miles according to All Trails. So it's my first hike in the Whites, probably 6 months. So it's going to be long and slow. So I'm getting an early start in the morning, 6:22, like I said, a.m. So we'll see how it goes and hopefully see you up at the top. So to get to the trailhead, you got to walk down this, what appears to be like a bike path. And then the trail is going to be up on the left. And that's Interstate 93 on the right with all that traffic. So it's right off the highway. So here I came up to, according to the GPS map, what should be the trailhead. And if you notice, they threw a whole bunch of branches down in there. So they moved the trailhead down a little, it appears. That's why they have all those branches in there to stop people from going in that way. So we're coming up on the trail on the left. It's only been 0.7 miles. So they added, I'd say, a good 3/4 of a mile to the overall trail. So we are not taking a slide. I'm not gonna do that when I'm by myself. So I'm gonna take the Liberty Spring Trail, and it's actually part of the Appalachian Trail also. So the Appalachian Trail is white paint marks. There's the first blaze. So let's follow the blazes. Nice and flat, and then it's going to be a steady climb pretty much the whole way once we get a little farther in. One way you know you're on the Appalachian, the trail maintainers build these beautiful staircases whenever possible, especially near our trailheads, to try to make it as neat and organized as possible. And up we go. So I'm at 1.1 miles in, and this is where they blocked the other trail. You can see they built a stone wall, prevent water and people, and they threw sticks all down it. That just because it was probably getting too eroded, too much water was running down there. So they change the trails every so often, especially the Appalachian. So now we're gonna just keep going up this way, and now it's the inclines start. So far it's beautiful, nice steady grade, not too technical. It's just like the rest of the Appalachian Trail, uphill but nice and steady. So 1.1 miles in, 8.5 to go. Here we go, round trip, 8.5 more to go. Up we go. Still on the Appalachian. 1.3 miles in, and you come up to the intersection. Now, if you're gonna do the Flume slide, you veer to the right on that trail. And excuse me, we're doing Liberty Spring Trail. Also, Appalachian Trail follows it. So we're gonna go to the left, and we're coming back the same way, just because I am solo today and I don't have my trail legs. So the Flume slide is notorious for being slippery when it's damp or wet, and it's not something you should do solo unless you're really confident. And being that this is my first trail of the fall, and I'm just out here just stretching my legs for today, I am going to take the easier approach and do the Liberty Spring Trail. Up we go. Gotta love when you're in the middle of the woods and you find a sidewalk, especially when you build sidewalks. Only on the Appalachian Trail. about 1.5 miles in the woods and have a stone sidewalk. Not bad. Yeah, a couple little river crossings, nothing bad yet. A little muddy every so often, but just watch where you walk. Not bad. And once again, now the hills. Look at that staircase. Look at this staircase right after the first big water crossing. That's beautiful. Up we go. So right at the 2 mile mark on the Liberty Brook Trail is when it starts getting steeper. So it's going to be, I don't know, it's hard to tell on camera, but it's going to be this grade and steeper the rest of the way up to Liberty Mountain, Mount Liberty, whatever the name of it is. And the higher up you go, the more rocks and more scrambling you get to do. All the dirt washes off and goes downhill, obviously. But still, I'd consider this a pretty easy trail so far for the whites. Up we go. keeps on going. 2.94 miles in, and we are, I'd say half mile away from Liberty Summit, which is that way, uphill. Still no views, so once I see a view, I'll show you. 3.21 miles in, and just under 2 hours so far. So we are still going up, obviously. So that's around here somewhere. I don't see it from the main trail, but we're not going there anyways. We're getting to the top of Liberty and then to Flume. So here's another sign for the Liberty Spring tent site. It should be around here somewhere. Yeah, I think it's up there at the next. There's another sign right there. So I have a feeling it's gonna be right down in there. So we're getting there. So it's 9 a.m. 3.8. So it's 9 a.m. 2,700 feet of elevation gain. 2.5 hours. 3.76 miles in. The summit is going to be up that way, and then we're going to turn this way, and then the summit is in this direction over there. And that's Liberty. And then we got a ridge walk down and over to the summit of Flume. We're getting there. Getting cold up here though. I already have my gloves on. All right, see you at the summit. Well, found the sun. Get to the top of Liberty Spring Trail, and it intersects with the Franconia Ridge Trail, also the AT. We are going to the right, Mount Liberty, which is 0.3 miles. We're going that way. And where we came from is the Cascade Brook Trail. No, Liberty Spring Trail, I'm sorry. Right there. So we are going that way to the summit. Mount Liberty is going to make you work for the summit. The last push has pretty much 45 degrees bouldering all the way up. But we're up here. It's my first view. The view's only going to get better. That's the first view for me. But we're not done with her yet. Let's go. So this isn't even the summit of Liberty, but look how rewarding this is. That's Lafayette. 3.5 miles that way. That's Lafayette there. We're not doing that one. That's Cannon Mountain. Gonna be doing that one Friday, I do believe. That's Cannon Mountain. And just keep turning. What a view. Well, we're still not up at the summit. So let's get up this ridge. All right, so the summit is that way, right into the sun. I do believe that's going to be the summit there. And if you notice, we are on a cliff. We are right on the edge. So slow and steady, but we got to get there. Okay, I'm going to do a 360. This is top of Liberty. So the survey pin is pretty much right at the end of my finger over there. And this is the top of Liberty. Let's do a slow 360 for you. And I'm looking into the sun, so I can't even see the camera. So that's Lafayette right behind me. And we're gonna keep turning and and I do believe that's Flume. That's where we're going next. After I touch the survey pin, just out there, right on the edge of the cliff. So let's get that done and then we can move on to the next one. 360 views. Gorgeous. When I say that's a cliff, anybody out there who knows me knows I'm terrified of heights now. But just so you can see, that's a survey marker right there. And that's as far as I'm going standing, but that's straight down. That is straight down. Definitely a beautiful view. Definitely a beautiful view. Leaves are just starting to change. And like I said, that's Cannon Mountain over there. And then Lafayette. All right, let's go to Flume. So on the way down from Liberty, going across to Flume, it's actually not bad, as long as you can watch where you're walking. Not trying to video. Excuse me. A lot of loose rocks. The little rocks, but those are the ones that roll under your ankles. So you kind of got to be careful. Watch, just take your time. And should get pretty good mileage time-wise getting over to Flume. And then we'll probably sit at Flume for a little while because it's getting nice and warm in the sun. Or if not there, maybe we'll come back at Liberty and sit at Liberty. So I will see you, I think it's like a half mile. So I will see you at Flume Mountain, I hope. Approaching what I do believe is the summit of Flume. And there should be fighter jets flying around overhead. They've been circling, having fun up there. So this is, I do believe, the summit of Flume. And that is where we just came from. right there. That is Liberty. Sorry about that, had a cough. So let me check my map to see exactly where the summit is so I can touch it. And then I'll probably sit down and get something to drink. So not a good of views as Liberty because the trees are here. So we're on top of Mount Flume, and it is the official, I can't find a survey mark, but this is where all the GPS coordinates bring me to, is right here, and it is the highest point. And then Liberty's behind me right there. We're gonna be going back down Liberty. So that's the way we came. So I'll knock off 2 of the 4,000 footers today. I'm not sure what my count is. I'll have to figure it out. So I got 2 down on this trail, on this hike. So not bad, not bad. Let me do a 360 on this one. Sun's in my eyes here, sorry guys. Let me stand here and I'll do a 360 so you can kind of see. So you have Liberty is the closest one right behind me. Lafayette is that farther one, I do believe. And then we're gonna just turn. And the road is all the way down there. And now I'm facing Liberty and you guys are facing the exact opposite way. And keep going back around. So this has a nice view in one direction, not the full 360 like Liberty does. And there's Liberty again behind me. So we're done here. Let's get going. It's about 6 miles, over 5. I know that. I know the GPS is wrong. So it's over 5 back. I would do, I was thinking of doing Lafayette, but that's 3 miles, 3.5 miles from the summit of Liberty. So that would add 7 more miles to my day. And being that this is my first long hike of the fall season up in the Whites, I don't want to go too crazy. I'm here for a couple weeks, so I'll pick some other ones off little by little. I don't want to get too sore on the first day. All right, well, I'll see you on the way down. Oh, and I have not seen anybody on this trail this entire way. I left at 6:30. I was the only truck in the parking lot, and I have not seen anybody at all, which is crazy. For such a beautiful day, not one person. I do believe more people will come up here later in the day. So, but anyways, I have the whole place to myself. Let's start heading back to Liberty. So that's Liberty without my face in the camera. That's where we're headed right there. Gotta go down this valley and then back up Liberty. And then we're gonna go right down the actual, just on the other side of that, goes right down. And the road is that little white line all the way down there. So one last view from Flume. I normally don't hang out at summits, but I'm actually enjoying hanging out at the summit today, especially because I'm by myself up here. All right, Liberty bound. Let's go. All right, making the final push back up Liberty from Flume. So I'm about a quarter of the way there. And now it's the steep part. So we're going uphill. And obviously we're on our way out. All right, guys, I'm back at Liberty. I had to come back to Liberty to go back down the way I came. There's the official survey mark, top of the mountain, right there. And once again, I do believe that's Lafayette. I think I already did Lafayette, but that's Cannon. And then here's your view. I do this tipping. That's a sheer cliff right there, so I don't go any closer than that, or I'm not gonna this time. And where I just came from, Flume is there. Some people, there's a trail that goes up that. That's not for me. That's why I'm going back the way I came. Anyways, nice 360-degree view all the way around. That's Mount Washington, way out there. That's a tall one way out there. That's Mount Washington. You could barely see it, but there's the towers up there. Taking a train up there Thursday with Mike. So that's it, and we go back to Cannon Mountain right there. So Lafayette and Cannon, full 360. All right, now I got a 5-mile hike out, and down is always harder. I'm not really recording on the way down, so I kind of got to pay attention so I don't slip and fall. Down's always harder than up, but downhill's that way. So I got about 2.5, 3 miles left. Just came down there. Already passed the Liberty campsites. So I'm back on the Appalachian Trail. Now I'm starting to see people coming uphill, so now the trail's not empty. But now I'm just a slow grind going downhill. See you at the bottom. So I'm out of the steep part, still headed down. This is where I just came from. That's the end of the long endurance uphills or long endurance downhills, however you want to look at it. So now it's getting a little bit flatter here. And then I think it's about a mile to go, mile and a quarter. Actually, probably about a mile and a half because they moved the trail. So still picking away at the mileage here. Out we go. Here's one of the water crossings on the way out. This is all the nice smooth stuff. And then the big water crossing's coming up down in this valley here. You can already hear it. Down that staircase, I remember. Trees fell on it here. I got you on a wide angle. Big steps. All right, I'm gonna turn around and show you that staircase again. Slowly, 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 slowly. All right, we just came down that. Slowly. And now we gotta find the river crossing again without dropping the camera or falling in or twisting an ankle. Okay, and that was river crossing. A lot easier this time. Love that sound. And that means we are pretty much in the home stretch. Maybe a mile to that asphalt bike trail. We'll see. Not really sure, didn't check the GPS, but I'm going from memory. Well, we're back at this sign. We just came from the left. We're going to the right. Or are we going Mount Flume? No. So we are going the White House Trail. We're going to my right. Oh, I definitely recognize this spot. This is where they moved the trail. So we are definitely close to the beginning now, because the trail used to just come straight up this hill. If you remember, they put a sign up there saying they moved it 500 yards. So they built this to stop you from going that way. They threw some timbers on there to prevent you from going there and prevent erosion. So we're doing a switchback, and this goes gradually right down out to the bicycle trail. Made it back to the gravel. All right, made it back to the asphalt path. We go this way, and my truck's a half mile down. See you at the truck. All right, we just finished up Mount Liberty and Mount Flume. It was over 10 miles. I will put a screenshot in of the all trails printout of with the GPS tracking and over 4,000 feet of elevation gain and over 10 miles. So, see you on the next one.